for the first time, we are studying this a short course on Itax. So far, we've done PIN registration for individual, and today we are doing individual taxes. This is a case for an individual who does not have income, This is a case for an individual who does not have income. So for individuals who don't have income, for individuals who did not earn any income in the year 2022, you are required to file a nil return. You should file a nil return even if you did not earn any income with regards to a given period. Now, for you to be able to know which incomes this taxpayer has filed, you come to this module called returns. Now, in returns, you can either file return, you can file amended return, you can view file returns. So this is my first area of interest. I want to see which returns has this taxpayer filed. So I will click on view file returns. When I click on view file returns, I hope those of you have logged on your side, you're able to see the same thing I'm seeing. So when I click on view file returns, I will go to tax obligation. Do you see this part called tax obligation? I will click on that tax obligation. And my main interest is this obligation called income tax resident individual, because it's the default obligation for each and every individual. If you are residing in Kenya, income tax resident individual. If you don't reside in Kenya and you are a Kenyan, then you file income tax non-resident. But if you are residing in Kenya, then income tax resident individual. I will click on it. Then I come down here and select the period I want to view. Maybe I want to view because Itax began in the year 2013. So I will come and put here 1st January 2013 and come here and put 31 December 2022, because that is up to the current year. 2023 hatujamaliza hiyo, tutaongea tukishavuka to next year. So I will come and click consult. And when I click consult, I want you to see up there, the system is asking me, do you want to view returns? That is what the system is asking me. I hope we are together. Are we together? Let me confirm if we are together, first of all. Let me confirm if we are together. Let me confirm that we are together. Are we together? Are we together, dear class? Are you following this? So I can be able to see which returns has this person filed. The moment I click yes, look at what comes up. What comes up is that the person has only filed up to. The person has only filed one return since 2013, and that is the return for the year 2021, 1st of January 2021 to December to 31st of December 2021. That's the only return the person has ever filed. Then I come and ask myself, how comes only one return has ever been filed? And I can categorically also see here that the person has not filed the return for which year? Which year is missing? Which year is missing? Which year is missing? Which year has the person not filed? Which year has the person not filed? Which year has the person not filed? Somebody talk to me in the chat box. Osman. 2023 tutafile next year. Hata income yake hatujamaliza ku-earn. We are still earning it. Osman. We are still earning the year 2023 returns. So sahi employers wanafile pay. Sisi tutakuja kufile next year wakishamaliza. So the year 2022 has not been filed. Then hizo miaka zingine zote hajafile, hizo 2021 and prior kwenda nyuma hajafile. So haimaanisha tu huyu mtu hakuwa na file, hapana. It could be possible this person only registered as a taxpayer, from the beginning of the year 2021. Haimaanishi hizo mwaka zingine alikuwa anapata income lakini hakuwa anafanya nini, hakuwa na file, hapana. It could be that this person is a newly registered what? This person is a newly registered taxpayer, and we will confirm that. I'll show you how to actually confirm when the person registered as a taxpayer. So let's see. If you want to see what this person filed in the year 2021, you come to this place called view. Do you see this place called view? Are you able to see this place called view? You click on it. When you click on it, what comes up? Let's see. Let's see. Are you able to see what comes up? This is what comes up. You are told this is basically a nil what? This is basically a nil return. This was a nil return. The person filed a nil unaambiwa. Yes. Details of the sections are not available as the return you are trying to view is a nil return, meaning the person did not earn any income in the year 2021. So that's why the person filed what? A nil return. If you want to know why the person started filing from the year 2021 and not year 2020 and not the year 2020 kurudi nyuma, you simply come here to this button of registration, which I'll still handle later on. And when you come to the button of registration, you simply do what we call reprint PIN certificate. Unaona hii PIN certificate, imeandikwa PIN certificate. Reprint PIN what? Certificate. Watu wengine wanaulizanga, if I want my KRA PIN ile physical document natoa wapi? Simply log into your Itax, go to registration button, then you go to reprint PIN what? PIN certificate. You click on reprint PIN certificate. Hata yako unaweza fanya sahi, there's no harm. Go to reprint PIN certificate, go to registration, then click on reprint what? Click on reprint PIN certificate. When you click on it, then it will open for you this window. Then go to applicant type and select taxpayer. When you select taxpayer, then click submit. When you click submit, you will be able to get a copy of your PIN certificate, which is coming here, and you're being told PIN certificate has been generated successfully. When you click here to download, what comes up? Ndio hii ina download hapa chini. Then you double click on it, you will be able to get your PIN certificate should it be needed anywhere. Utapata your PIN what? Your PIN certificate. And the key interesting area ni hapa chini mahali imeandikwa tax obligation. Are you able to see this part? The person registered for income tax resident individual obligation to be effective from which year? To be effective from 1st of January 2021. Na ndio ile return tumeona amefile. True or false? Are you able to see that? Are you able to see that? Are you able to see that? So this person, you cannot query this person. You cannot ask this person for the what? For the prior returns, because the person registered as a taxpayer and he registered as a taxpayer and this obligation was to become effective from the 1st of January 2021. I hope you can see that. Are you okay up to there? Have you been able to see that? Have I been able to answer the question why the person has not filed the previous returns? It all depends on when did the obligation become effective. Are we together? Are we together? It all depends on when the obligation became effective. You cannot ask somebody for returns za kitambo if the obligation became effective from this date. Unless it is a case of tax fraud, it's a case of tax audit, then this obligation of income tax resident individual can be backdated to later date so that the file returns za nyuma where there's a suspected tax what? The suspected tax fraud. Now that we've known that, na return tukiangalia return ya 2021, huyu mtu hakukuwa na return yote, hakukuwa na any income, so the person filed a what? A nil what? The person filed a nil return. So how will we know that the year 2022 the person did not earn any what? Did not earn any employment income? Simply come here to the ledger. Kuja hapa to my ledger. Naona hapa kwa imeandikwa my ledger. Kuja hapa to my ledger and click on here katikati. Hii imeandikwa general ledger report. I want you to see this clearly. Click on this one called general ledger report. See, imeandikwa general ledger peke yake hapana. Go to general ledger report and click on it so that you can view, are there any pay credits? You know, pay inalipwa na employer. So employer akilipa, credit inaenda direct to the Itax account ya employee. So we want to check if there's any pay credit in the ledger of this taxpayer from any employer at all before we file a nil return. So kuja hapa, ikishafungua hivi, go to tax head, select income tax resident. Income tax resident, look for it where it is. Income tax resident, do you see it anywhere? It's the first one here. Then click show ledger. Click show ledger. When you click on show ledger, unapata ya kwamba huyu mtu ledger iko wazi. The ledger is blank. The ledger has nothing. So that is actually one of the main point, or one of the indicator that this person did not earn any employment income, in the year 2022. So the person had zero employment income in the year 2022. But there are certain instances where the person might have actually had pay credits, employment income, only that the employer did not remit. So in that case, you don't expect to get any pay credit in the ledger of this taxpayer. So this is a case of a person who does not have employment income. How do you file their return? Go to returns, then go to file nil return, go to returns, then sema file nil return. Kisha sema file nil return, then itakufungulia hii window ya kufile nil return. Then select the tax obligation. Make sure you know the obligation you are filing. We have here income tax resident. If the person is a resident, if the person is residing in Kenya, you know those concepts of resident and non-resident. Non-resident, if the person in that year of income 2022, the person was not in Kenya for a period of how many days? You know that you should be reminding me in the chat box. Then income tax rental income. Hii ni kama uko na nyumba zenye watu wanaishi, tenants wako na wanakulipa nini? Wanakulipa rental income, wanakulipa rental income. So it is a monthly tax. It's not an annual tax. So come and select income tax, resident individual. Select this. When you select this, then click next. I hope you are following. Click next. When you click next, the system will auto-populate. The system will auto-populate for you the period, the respective period which you are supposed to file, because the system is very intelligent. It can tell ile mwaka ulifile last ilikuwa mwaka gani. So this one, it will automatically auto-populate for you. So once it has auto-populated like this, your work is just to submit. As easy as that. Your work is just to submit. So can you submit this? Click submit. When you click on submit, let's see what happens. Hapo juu, the system bado itakuprompt. Are you sure you want to file a nil return? Are you sure you want to file a nil return? You didn't have any income at all in that year. Then you click OK. When you click OK, see what happens when you click OK. Click OK, see what happens. Hapa chini unaambiwa aje. Return submitted successfully with acknowledgement number. KRA 2023 hivyo mpaka 88. Then you can download the return receipt. So when you download the return receipt, let's see how the return receipt looks like. This is the return receipt. The return receipt is actually a nil. Ukiangalia vizuri unaona kila kitu. Wife's PIN ni kama unataka kufailia mpaka bibi Kiprotich. Mutaki bibi ya file kwake, unataka kumfailia return zake. So unaona kama huyu hakuna income yoyote alian. So you see everything here is zero. Employment income is zero. No tax on zero income. Kila kitu hapa ni zero. Hata tax due ni zero. So how do you confirm? This is the receipt to show that you filed your return for the year from January to December, the year 2020 what? The year 2022. I hope you can see this. I hope you're able to see this. So how do you confirm again that the return has been filed? If you want to confirm that the return has been filed, simply go to returns. Sema hapa view file returns. Sa ile ilikuwa 2021 peke yake. So come and select here, resident individual, income tax resident individual. Come and put the periods. But even if you don't put the period in some cases, once you've selected the tax obligation here, just say consult. The system is very intelligent. Itakuletea return zote umai file under income tax resident. So just say consult and say okay. Unaona sasa ziko mbili. Do you see now we have the year 2022? You can see. Can you see now we have the year 2022 return here? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? You can see this from your side. Can you see this? You can see this is now filed. You can see, right? You can be able to see this. Yes, you can be able to see this. Ile time tulikuwa tuna return moja ya 2021, lakini sasa kuna hii ya 2022. You can see this. It is now filed, right? It's now filed. It's now filed. This is how you confirm a return has been filed. Now, can we try and attempt to put the one for year 2023? Somebody was saying, this is how you filed a nil return, by the way, Abraham. This is how you file a nil return. Why do you go to a cyber to file a nil return? Okay, you need to give, they also need to earn a living, but nil return, surely. Nil return, surely, nil return. Now, if you attempt to file the return for 2023, acha tujaribu tuone. Nyinyi watu, you think this system is just a system. It's a very intelligent system. So click next. Acha tujaribu ya 2023. Unaona vile nasema hapo juu? Can you see? Can you see how it is saying up there? Can you see how it is saying up there? Are you seeing how it is saying up there? Return for the period 1st of January 2023 to 31st of December 2023 can be filed after December 20 what? After December 2023. After December 2023. Kumaanisha huyu mtu amemaliza na hii maneno ya tax return filing hivi mpaka next year, between January and June next year, the file return in 2023. Is that one okay? Are you good with the nil return? Can we go to one where somebody has income? Can we go to one where somebody has income? Are you good with this? What if a person lost his KRA PIN and does not have Itax account and a retrieve agent mpaka kufile? Lost your KRA PIN, call contact center ya KRA with your ID number. They will be able to give you instant your KRA PIN. If you need to change your email, because remember, if you kama umesahau mpaka password ya email ama umesahau mpaka hiyo email, then your email has to be changed in the system. Is when you can reset your password. So call KRA with your ID number and also with the new email that you have. They will change for you instant, and you will be able to change your password for your Itax account. That's kudanganya ati nini. Now, can we go to the one with the income now? Now, if you can go to the one with income, the better. Let's go to the one with income. Have you been able to open the documents I sent you? Do you have them with you? Do you have them with you? Do you have the ones I shared in the group with you? Do you have them? You have them with you? I want us to go to the most interesting part now. Do you have them with you? I hope you do have them with you. Where is it? Itax training. Where is it? I hope you have them with you. The documents I shared, I hope you do have them with you. I want us to move to the most interesting part now. Now, I shared this payslip. Let me sisitiza something on this payslip, because you people need to understand your payslip. Usiku unapata tu payslip na unasema tu kila kitu sawa. Please always be interrogating your payslip. Make sure you are able to interrogate your payslip. Try as much as possible to interrogate your what? Interrogate your payslip. Interrogate your payslip, right? Interrogate your payslip. Now, I shared this copy of payslip belonging to Janet Mungai. I shared it belonging to Janet Mungai. I shared this payslip with regards to Janet Mungai. There's a reason why I shared this. There's a reason why I shared this payslip, because I want you to understand a payslip. I want you to understand what we mean by a payslip. I want you to understand what we mean by a payslip. Now, we proceed. Do you have the P9 with you? Do you have the P9 form with you and a copy of the return? Do you have the P9 form with you and a copy of the return? Do you have the P9? Do you have the P9 form? Do you have the P9 form with you and a copy of the return? Do you have the P9 form with you and a copy of the return? Open the copy of the return. Open the copy of the return. Open the copy of the return. Oh, people don't have the P9 form or the return. People don't have the copy of the return here. Kama uko kwa Itax, if you have logged into your own Itax, then rahisi. Si mnajua kupata. You know how to get a copy of the return. It's the same. Hata kama si return yako tuna file is the same. You know how to get it, right? Let me see if somebody remembers how you get a copy of the return that we are populating. Let me see. Do you know how to get if you have already logged into your own Itax account? Yes. Let me see those who have logged into their own account, their own Itax account. Let me see if you have it. You know how to get it, but I will still show you here. I will still be able to show you here. I've shared the return again. I've shared the return again. Now, come here, navigate to returns, navigate to returns, then say file return. You are no longer filing nil return, apana. You're no longer filing nil return. You are filing a return because you have income. So click on it. When you click on it, select the tax obligation, which is income tax resident, then click next. Once you click next, of course, itakata, but you are able to download the return. So when you download the return, what happens? When you download the returns, open it, it will come as a zipped folder. It will come as a zipped folder. Ifungue, open it, then double click on the Excel sheet that is there. That is the return. That is the return document. So double click on that Excel sheet. Ungoje ifungue. This is for those who are actually accessing their iTax in real time. So ngoja ifungue, itafungua, itakuwa hivi, kisha fungua, it will look like this. It is something that looks like this. Then hapa sema enable editing hapa juu. Enable editing hapa, sema enable editing. Sema enable editing. Then most importantly again hapa, macros have been disabled. So enable content again hapa. Hapa, enable content hapa. Enable content for those of you who is bringing this, enable content. And you are good to go. Tuko hapo? Are we together up to there? Are we together up to there? Are we together? Are we together up to there? Are we together? I want to know whether we are together up to that point. Can we proceed now and populate this return? Are we able to proceed and populate this return? We are together? Okay, let's populate this return. Now, return has a number of sections. Iko na sections mingi. Return has a number of sections. Return has a number of sections. Now, this section, the first sheet, it has a number of sheets or sections. The first sheet, you key in your basic information. So the basic information we have here is for Janet. It's for Janet Mungai. Put the pin of Janet Mungai. Click here on personal identification number. That is row number 3. Click on it and put the password. Just put the password in caps. A0181 636 636 636 89Y. That is the pin for Janet. That's the pin for Janet Mungai. Then proceed to row